Namaste and warm welcome to this presentation. My name is Chudamani Subedi. I am an English teacher, a teacher trainer, and resource material developer. And I am presently a one-year M.Ed student in STEM education at Kathmandu University School of Education. This video is prepared for the end semester assessment of the course Resource Material Development facilitated by Khilnarayan Shrestha. Over this semester, I designed and classroom tested a range of instructional materials for my graded English learner. 6 printable materials, 2 hands-on and minds-on materials, and 2 digital materials. Each one built to respond to a real problem I was observing in my own classroom. Students who could copy answer but struggle to think, explain, and create in English. For today's presentation, I have selected 3 materials that together tell a connected story of how one classroom problem was addressed across 3 different formats: printable, hands-on, and digital. From a blank page to a story. Printable, hands-on, and digital resource materials for visible thinking in a graded English classroom. The 3 materials I have selected are: first one is PR1. Yes, the context is the classroom problem. The material is PR1 Worksheet, printable materials. Material 2 is STEM story wheel, hands-on. Material 3 is construction video digital. Reflection, cross-cutting lessons learned, conclusion, contribution, and future commitment. It was a problem of method. My students have never been taught to think visibly with the text. The context, the setting is Janaprabha Secondary School. The problem is rote production of answers, and the interrupt, the passive script. The real classroom problem I have already discussed. Okay, the problem how we can solve we'll talk in this video. On pedagogical sequence, 3 formats. Number 1 is word phrase sentence worksheet. Number 2 is STEM story wheel. Number 3 is how to make the story wheel. PR1. Which one is phrase sentence? Word phrase sentence. A visible thinking routine adapted from Harvard Project Zero, printed on one sheet, working across 4 pedagogical steps. Remember the Harvard Project Zero? The class is grade 8 English classroom. 4Cs and 3Rs model. I mean, there is the development of 4C, 21st century skill, and 3Rs, head, heart, and hands equipped. Individual work, group work, and reflection. Okay, I would like to show you the material. The material is like this. I would like to show you the material PR1. Okay, let's see. This one is section 1 student activity sheet. PR1 structure task based reading activity sheet. The topic is understanding a text through word phrase sentence approach. The topic is given here. Students will write their name, date, and grade. Text title is a request letter. This one is in textbook, page number 7 and yet. In part A, there is given individual reflection, think and choose. In part A, students read the text carefully and they underline or highlight ideas that you find interesting or important. In step 2, choose and explain. Students will choose one word that caught their attention. Then, in the same way, they have to write the reason. I mean, there is the activity of thinking. Why did you choose this word? In the same way, students write one phrase that you liked or found meaningful. Then the teacher said so. The students select, yes, write one phrase. Why did you choose this phrase? Then students write the answer. In the same way, sentence. Write one sentence that shows the main idea of the text. Then students write the sentence. They say, my sentence. Then there is next question in the worksheet. Why do you think this sentence is important? And they become creative, critical. They go through the text and they write the answer. In part B, there is group discussion. In group discussion, they will involve in share and learn activities. There will be the collaboration. There is the collaboration. In step 1, share in your group of 4 to 6 students. First, they share their words. Second, they share their phrases. Third, they share their sentences. They will write the name of the member, their word, their phrase, and their sentence in their own group, like this. Then in step 3, vocabulary activity, this one is the unscramble words. Unscramble the words using the meanings given. The meaning is given, the students, they have to unscramble and they will write the correct word. Okay. In the same way, in part C, there is comprehension questions. Who wrote the letter? Who is the letter addressed to? Why are the students grateful to the head teacher? Why are the students happy about the computer lab? What problems are mentioned in the letter? List any three, like this. What problems are you facing at your school? How does it affect your study? Discuss with your friend. Here is also the discussion too. In part D, this is related to personal reflection. How did this letter help you understand the importance of a computer lab? Okay. In the same way, what new ideas did you learn from your friends? In this way, we just show them this worksheet. Okay, this worksheet. Now we will go through our presentation slides. Let's see. From the correct answer reflects to reasoned choice. Comprehension is answer hunting. With conventional comprehension says, students would look for the one correct answers and stop thinking once they found it. But in this worksheet, reading was reduced to word recognition, interpretation, connection, and personal voice were structurally absent from the printed page. Sir, which word should we choose? The class initially unsettled by a task with no single right answer. Why I built it? Many graded students could copy an answer from the textbook but could not explain why a sentence mattered or what a word meant in context. This was not a problem of ability. It was a problem of method. My students had never been taught to think visibly with the text. This word, phrase, sentence, one word that caught your attention, one phrase that was meaningful, one sentence that captured the main idea. No single correct answer, only defensible ones. The effective filter drops, interpretation becomes legitimate. Framework foundation is Harvard Project Zero, visible thinking routine. The four C's: critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. The 3 R's model: head, heart, and hands, aligned with Nepal National Curriculum for English. 5 outcomes on the worksheet. Each objective is tied to a specific part of the sheet. Part A, Part B, or the reflection steps, so every learner reaches every skill. In structure, we can say identify the structure of a formal request letter. In the same way, salutation, body, closing, labeled from the text. In the second, vocabulary, use contextual clues to decode new words. Scramble, admirable, okay, lacking, equipment, vast, software. In next space, we see 4C's discussion. Engage in structured group discussion. Group of 4 to 6, record, peer, word, phrase, sentence choices in part B. In comprehension, answer literal and inferential questions. In part C, from the surface facts to text-based inference. Reflect critically on community relevance. The routine ladders learners from remember, understand, analyze, evaluate in a single class period. Forces in play. Critical thinking, defensible choices, communication, articulate reasons in group, collaboration, share response table, creativity, personal, community, issue reflection. On 40-minute periods, 4 moves. Each move depends the last. The teacher steps back with every step. The sheet, the peer, and the community carry the cognitive load. Individual reflection, part A, silent slow. Group discussion, part B, group of 4 or 4 to 6. Step 3, comprehension and vocabulary. Okay, let's see. Personal reflection in part D, community connection. Learners answer, why does having a computer lab matter for a school like ours? The text become a mirror, comprehension becomes civic voice. Reading closes as writing about oneself. Deliberately adaptable. For stronger groups, extend sentence selection into a short written paragraph justifying the choice. For learners needing support, add space to jot first through thoughts in Nepali before translating or translanguaging bridge. For later units, recontextualize with any formal functional text. For example, we can implement it in notice, report, application in the same structure. Evidence, one student to pass. I observed one student who had initially left her part A responses nearly blank, contribute to full sentences to the group table in part B. Observation note, PR1 implementation. Interpretation, the routine did not create knowledge. She did not have. It created a social route for the knowledge to leave her head. Peer scaffolding, not the teacher, unlocked her voice. Now, let's talk about material 2. This material 2 is hands-on, minds-on material. This material is STEM story wheel. This material is integrated science, observation matrix, technology pairs with the YouTube tutorial material, engineering, design thinking to build a working rotating device. Arts, language, narrative craft, the whole point of the tool. Mathematics, 360-degree. Six sectors, compass, protractors, symmetry. The STEM story wheel, a geometrically divided rotating device that turns the intimidating blank page into something physical, visual, and playful. Circle six sectors 60, cardboard plus brass fastener, collaborative role based. Let's see the STEAM story wheel, which I have developed. Not only I have developed, my student developed in the maker space. Let's see how the students use in their classroom. This one is the video you can just observe. The students are spinning the wheel. The students, they have written what is in the place of setting. Okay, what is in the place of setting? Okay, then they spin and they find out the setting. In the same way, let's see, they are changing the wheel and they spin again. Then they find out the character. They write the character there. Let's see, again, they will take out this wheel. This is the wheel of the character. Now they will go through the next wheel. Next wheel is problem. Okay, they are just the teacher. I am just managing the wheel. Now the students, they are spinning turn by turn. Okay, now the turn of the characters. This they have done. They have now doing the problem in the same way, event in the same way, climax in the same way, resolution. They have been doing this and they write after the spinning and they prepare the story. Yes, they are very engaged. Okay, they are learning, they are playing, they are learning, they are writing. Let's see. You see, whatever things we have already talked. Here you see the setting, you see the character, you see the problem, you see the events, you see the climax, resolution. Okay, how? Then you can see this is the model. These are the wheel which we have used. Okay, creative production. Signature. This one is the signature outcome. 7 paragraphs. A student who had previously submitted a blank page produced a 7 paragraph narrative after 2 weeks with the story wheel. They play with the wheel, they do the hands-on activities with the wheel, and they learned to write, they learned to speak, they became engaged. Okay, engagement shifted from anxiety at the blank page to self-directed creative production. The moment, the moment the moment the writing task was reframed as an engineering challenge. You see, challenge, letting go of light control, group conflict on day 7, these were the challenges. The success, visible pride, visible ownership. Groups turned their wheels to show peers sector. The artifact carried the student's voice into the hallway. Okay, now we are going to the next material. That material is, yes, digital instructional material. The name of the material is How to Make the Story Wheel. A short teacher authored YouTube tutorial, the digital scaffold that removes ambiguity before students pick up seizures. YouTube and Smartboard are the platforms. In the same way, okay, in the same way, scripted, recorded, edited, okay, the material, YouTube video by the classroom teacher. In the same way, the function is modeling scaffold, self-paced on demand. This material is zero cost production. Okay, you can see this material in the YouTube. What if a small piece of cardboard could become a powerful storytelling machine? What if students could learn language through creativity, imagination, and cardboard, A4 papers, glue, tape, color we can see markers, how the teacher prepares, a divider, students prepare in their own way wire, in the maker space. A sickle, pencils, a pen, a piece of cardboard. This section, these pieces will act as supports for the rotated pieces and insert new ones. This means teachers can create unlimited story model. You can see the story structure guide, the rotating wheel, the pointer, the replaceable content sections, and the complete hands-on learning design. Everything is now ready for classroom use. If you'd like to learn how this STEAM story wheel can be used in actual classroom teaching and learning activities, please check the full demonstration. Thinking, laughing. Okay, we can see YouTube video. If you want to learn more, you can please go through my channel, Chudamani Subedi. Okay, and then you can learn so many things I have uploaded there. Okay. Zero cost production, one phone, one classroom. The entire tutorial was scripted, filmed and edited by the classroom teacher using freely available tools, proving that STEAM resource development doesn't require expensive technology. Script, storyboard, the 6 sectors, write short spoken voice instruction, anticipate confusions. Record, smartphone camera on a stand. Overhead angle to text maximum per segment. Stage 3, edit. Trim, add labels for the 6 sectors. Insert slow motion segment for the fastener step. Step 4, publish. Upload to the teacher's YouTube channel. Title, description, chapter, makers for each step. Stage 5, deploy. Project on the classroom smartboard. On day 9, students may rewatch on personal devices at home. Then what about the toolkit? Everything was free. Smartphone camera, improvised phone keyboard, classroom lamp for lighting, pre-video editor like CapCut. In the same way, A4 paper for scripting, YouTube channel, it is free. Total production budget NPR zero. Prove that agency, not equipment, makes a teacher a resource creator. A precise visual scaffold that keeps working after the bell rings, turning YouTube into a serious learning space. I now see it as a way to spark curiosity and remove the ambiguity that so often stops a student from even attempting a task. What the video does beyond modeling. Watching teacher author content on the smartboard normalizes the idea that a screen is a place where their own teacher does careful, deliberate work, not just entertainment. Digital literacy outcomes. Four capacities the tutorial builds. Purposeful viewing. Learners engage screens with the tasks in mind, not a scroll reflex. Pause, rewind, revisit. Self-paced learning. The video is a tutor available at 10 p.m. before homework. Content creator mindset. If sir made this video, so can I. Consumption becomes production. Equity of access. Public link. Zero paywall. Shareable with siblings, cousins, with other schools. Today's own video. A whole class writing. Watch and build. Projected, pause, practiced. Whole class projection. The video plays once, end to end on the smart board. No pausing. Chapter by chapter replay. Class watches sector leveling and cutting steps with pauses for questions. Group build. Groups collect materials. Roles are assigned. Wheels take shape on the desk. Show and tell circle. Each group spins the wheels once and announces the resulting story sheet. In day 10, they draft a share. Spun, drafted, displayed. Warm up spin, draft 150 to 200 words, then gallery work. Wheels and drafts pin to walls. Each learner reads two peer stories. Reflection strip, one sentence, what surprised me about my own story today. A student's blank page from day one. A 7 paragraph narrative by day 10. Wonderful did I have done, I thought. A camera in the room becomes a mirror for the teacher. What about the challenges? Professional self-consciousness. Recording myself to camera, knowing a colleague would watch, forced me to slow down, over-explain, and confront my own teacher speak. The video demanded genuine STEM integration, not lip service. If the wheel did not work on camera, it would not work in the classroom either. Being was made me a better teacher before the tape rolled. Insight, what insight did I get? Translanguaging is not weakness. In editing, I chose to keep short Nepali phrases in the tutorials. Students needed bilingual cognitive access to a technical process. The bilingual video became more effective and more honest than a purely English one. Language was a bridge, not a hurdle. Nepali reasoning, English artifact, both belong on the same screen. Success. The video outlived the lesson. Absent students caught up at homes. Siblings watched with them. Two teachers from other schools message for the link. 5 parents in my WhatsApp message, please send us the link. A 40 minutes lesson became a permanent open resource. My classroom extended into the district. Learners who could hardly construct a video or an script confidently sharing their own stories after 2 weeks. Okay, now let's talk about the three material on sense teacher. Three materials on sense teacher. Beyond individual materials, Three insights reshape my pedagogical stance for good. The first one, teacher stance. Step back to let the material teach. In all three materials, the biggest single shift was the same. Stop performing, start observing. The routine, the wheel, and the video did work I used to do with my voice. Language policy. Translanguaging is pedagogy, not compromise. Nepali reasoning. English artifact explicitly permitting code switching in part B of PR1 in group discussion around the wheel and in the video captions raise not loud the quality of English produced. Format designs. Multi-format sequences beat any single genus resource. Printable, hands-on, digital are not alternatives. People may think, educators may think, printable one, hands-on another, digital another. How can we integrate them in learning? Printable, hands-on, digital are not alternative. They are a single arc. Each format catches learners the previous one missed. Together they became a cold cycle in miniature. The three materials close the loop. Kolb 1984 argues learning happens when concrete experience is reflected on, conceptualized, and then tested again. Our three material sequence maps cleanly onto every quadrant. Kolb 1984 concrete experience that is related to Hansen, Meinson, reflective observation. In the same way, abstract concept, then active experiment. Cycle, material mapping. Concrete experience, building the wheel. Student physically construct, measuring, cutting, spinning. The body enters the learning. Reflective observation in PR on worksheet. Word, phrase, sentence surfaces what the mind noticed but did not say. Thinking becomes visible. Abstract concept, YouTube tutorial. The video externalizes the model 360-degree. Six sectors, narrative grammar, concept becomes portable. This one is shown as in the gallery walk draft. Students sprint, they draft, they present. New cycle begins with better questions, higher stakes. What broke? What held? What changed? Five things that resisted me. I'm very honest here. Which is the right answer, sir? Wrote, schooling reflects resisted the open-ended PR1 routine. In the same way, group conflict on day 7. One group fractured over labor distribution before roles were formalized. The teacher's impulse to answer. I had to unlearn feeling every silence with my own voice. Being observed on camera. Professional self-consciousness reshaped my teacher speak for the better. Time, always time. Fitting a three material arc into the school timetable without collapsing it. Okay, five things that sit. Number one, blank page into 7 paragraphs. This is the story of the miserable story of the success. Blank page, turned into 7 paragraphs. The signature narrative growth story from day 1 to day 10. Silent learner to group sentences. Peer scaffolding in part B. Unlocked a voice part A could not. Zero cost STEAM integration. All 3 materials produced with recycled cardboard on smartphone. Next one is tutorial reach outside the school. The teachers from other schools, the parents, the students, they requested the YouTube link. Visible pride in the hallway. Wheels spinned to walls. Group spinning them for peers. Ownership made public. More than 3 classroom tools. These 3 materials represent my ongoing effort as a teacher scholar to make English learning in a community school of Nepal more visible, more collaborative, and more genuinely student-owned, student-centered, even within a context of limited resources. Where there is innovation, a locally built, low-cost STEAM tool sequence, only paper, cardboard, a mobile phone. Let's talk about the STEAM integration, geometry, observation, narrative art, and language arts within a single task. Reflective practice, honest, evidence-based reflection at every stage, not only performative. Future implications, a reusable model for community school resource development across formats. What about the takeaway? Format is pedagogy. Money is not the barrier. The teacher is a resource creator. Print, hands-on, and digital catch. Different learner sequence them. Cardboard, one phone, one YouTube channel. This is enough for infrastructure. Every classroom, teacher can author the exact materials their learners need. Where these 3 materials go next. Refinement and next iteration. 4 upgrades already planned. Bilingual captions, Nepali plus English on the YouTube tutorial. So parents and community members watching alongside can also participate in their child's learning. Adapt PR1 across the syllabus. WordPress sentence template applied to every prose unit, from folktales to news articles. Story wheel with a swap in scenery ring. Additional rotating disc for local prompts. Tarai, Kathmandu Valley, mountain, village, Kalimati, Ali, Jomsom, Muktinath, Pasupatinath, okay, like that. Formal peer review plus assessment rubric. Turn the gallery walk into a structural assessment feedback loop with clear success criteria. Okay, dissemination beyond one classroom. 4 channels for speech. A. Teacher training workshop. Hands-on sessions with fellow English teachers, STEAM focal teachers in Kathmandu district community schools, Kathmandu metropolitan cities training and workshop programs. B. Open YouTube channel. Publish PR1. Walk through story wheel tutorial as a public STEAM English playlist. KUSOED alumni network. Share materials. reflective reports through the STEM education cohort's shared drive. D. Action research paper. Publish the 10-day intervention as a case study from blank page to 7-paragraph narrative. Now, I would like to extend something more related to these overall activities. Okay, these three materials represent more than isolated classroom tools. They represent my ongoing effort as a teacher, as a scholar, to make English learning in a community school of Nepal more visible, more collaborative, and more genuinely student owned, even within the context of limited resources. I have already talked about this. Then, towards the end, I would like to kindly thank for your time to watch this presentation of my three selected materials: PR1, the STEM story wheel, and how to make the STEM story wheel. Links to the full construction and demonstration videos, along with my printable materials, are available on my YouTube channel and in the accompanying reports submitted for this course. I look forward to discussing these materials further. Namaste and thank you. Thank you for your attention, for your question, for your holding space for a community school classroom to be taken seriously. Presenter is me Chudamani Subedi, M.Ed STEM Education 2025 batch, Kathmandu University. In the same way, my facilitator I would like to thank very much from my heart, Mr. Khilnarayan Shrestha, STEM Education 520 Resource Material Development. In the same way, my resources, three living materials. Thanks everyone. Thank you very much.